Although the academic semester in Vietnam had no one particular focus, the director seminar taught of the similarities between the Iraq and Vietnam wars. Professor Jewell, the director as well as a Vietnam veteran, offered a lot of insight on the shortcomings, foul play, and ignorance of the administrations that employed these wars. Although the military museums and sites we visited were far from the highlights of the trip, it was extremely interesting to see the way the Vietnamese memorialized this bloody past. Here, in Dien Bien Phu, is the Vietnamese Statue of Liberty. And our wonderful guide, Viet, led a short memorial ceremony at the Khe Sanh battle site.
Soldiers, both sides, fought and died, and so for us to have the peace today.
But the Chung Sun National Cemetery had the biggest effect on me. Here are some excerpts from my journal entry that day. So many graves. I look out and count one section, 25 by 30, 750 dead. This is approximately 1/4 of the area we are looking around in. At the far end, a very primitive construction job is underway. Whatever it is, or was, crooked poles are holding up the hut's roof and foundation. Between the 30-year-old graves and the work on the hut, I see an appropriate balance of creation and destruction, development and remembrance. I asked Professor Jewell if the first title of each tombstone means soldier, or marks some sort of rank. These are all non-combatants, he replies. These are all people who were working on the trail, or were carrying supplies. Embarrassment strikes me awkwardly. I've been so spiritually affected by all these lives lost, and I didn't even know what they were killed for. These men and women, varying from early teens to middle age, are dead. Each of these deaths devastated a family, a village, a nation, a lover, a child, a church, a mother, and so on and so forth. I've seen dead people lined up in ditches, shot point blank in the head, ripped apart from an explosion, but only in photo exhibits. I've seen and heard numbers, such as 3 million, or 504, and I compare it to 2,497, or just one. Now I look at one grave, and the next, and the row it's a part of, and the 12 rows in the section, and the other half of the area, and then I walk to the next section, where there are hundreds more. I realize that comparison is the true gateway to morbidity. I sit down for a second to take a break from all this. Professor Jewell will later tell me that what we saw today was only 20% of Chung Sun National Cemetery.